And we are back. Another edition of the Monday Morning Quarterback Film Study. Let me start out by saying this video and the footage within is not owned by us. Or at least the footage within the video is not owned by us. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Say it again for the people in the back.
This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We are not monetizing this video. We are not selling sponsorships for this video. We are not putting it on. No money is being made off of this video in any way, shape, or form. By us. Which is important to note. So, but there are other ways in which you can support the broadcast, watching the commentary video, the Monday Morning Quarterback commentary video, which in case you missed it, be sure to check it out. That's on the YouTube page. You can go over to MichiganInsider.com. You can always find the footage or the broadcast archive there, as well as all your recruiting, football, basketball information that you're looking for over on the MichiganInsider.com. $1 gets you in for the first month. But we got to give the people what they want, what they need, and that is the film breakdown. So, DG, last week you went throw by throw for Cade McNamara, right?
Yes.
And breaking down the performance. We're going to look at every throw in this game for JJ McCarthy, but you only had to tell us straight half of them, right?
We only had to tell us straight a few of them. And, people say there are no perfect performances, right? There is no perfect performance. This one was extremely close. And like I talked about on Monday Morning Quarterback, Thursday practices are reserved for completions and for things that go smoothly and perfect. They tell the scout team defense, do not break up the ball so that the offense sees the completions on the different plays that you have ready for the Saturday game. On Thursdays, you don't go 11 for 12. And essentially, we'll watch, should have been 12 for 12.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
On Thursdays, you don't go 11 for 12 and definitely not 12 for 12. So, it was exceptional. And, we left out all the running plays just because we didn't have a whole bunch. And that's the cool thing that I was thinking about. We didn't even see the full JJ McCarthy, right? Because we only ran one design run. It was a good play and whatnot, but we didn't see a whole bunch of movement. It was straight quarterback play. It was what we in quarterbacking call, it was a quarterback clinic. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. And it started on the very first throw of the game. I said on the Monday Morning Quarterback, it was a dagger concept. So as I bring this up, explain to people what a dagger concept is.
All right, so DJ. Dagger concept, you're going to see it on the film, but it's the slot guy is usually, how do I say this? A sacrificial lamb, right? He's a sacrificial lamb. He's usually a guy with a lot of speed, and in this case, on this day, it was Roman Wilson, who was a perfect sacrificial lamb, right? You're there to take the top off defense, and so it could be a post, it could be just a vertical, but whatever you do, your job, right? Football is all about jobs and why the play is being called. The job of the sacrificial lamb or the slot receiver in dagger is to take the top off the defense, right? That's his job. Take the top off the defense. And we joked about this, and it's not a joke. I don't think I've ever thrown the post, right? Because you got a dig coming underneath, right? So it's a sacrificial lamb and a vertical to take the top off the defense, and then a dig from the outside receiver coming underneath. And you can kind of envision that a dig is a deep in route, right? You can kind of envision how that will work. Takes the safety out, opens up a window for the outside receiver to run across. And I've never thrown the post. You talked about your experience where you had a similar play where the post was never thrown.
Never thrown.
Because
over his whole season,
it's
DJ.
a decoy. Usually. It's a decoy, and it's designed to open up for your outside receiver who you love to throw the ball to on those digs. But, for this play, let's talk about it. I mean, it was a very good job, and it's clear play action. It's not an RPO or anything like that. You would never get the ball that deep on RPO, by the way.
Right.
But it's a play action. Roman Wilson catches it. People say, "Oh, where he slowed him down a little bit." He's wide open. You want to throw him the ball when he's wide open. You don't want to be trying to be super perfect and whatever. Because he's throwing the ball, he catches it, walks in the end zone. But let's take a look at the diagram of it. It's another look at him just throwing the ball. So this shows you what dagger actually is, right? And this is a man-to-man defense. This is the middle safety. That's what I'm going to say it is. I'm going to say it's middle safety. One thing, pause it for a second. Mm-hmm. The one thing that I was going back and forth about is like, okay, this is a first down play. Michigan's tendency on first down is just a run play, right? So either this is Hawaii trying to catch Michigan slipping and helping the run game and saying, hey, we're going to play zero right? And so let's bring the safeties down, which I just don't understand how you would do that when you're across the 50, play zero coverage, or it's man and this guy should be in the middle of the field deep, right? Either way, the run fake drew him down into the box, and now you got a one-on-one, which essentially turns to zero with one of your fastest players. It's a debate on who's the fastest player on the team, but he's for sure one of them and one of the fastest in the conference.
Yeah, I just, you don't always see the coverage live. But because of the scenario and seeing the other guys, basically be in deep thirds, I'm sorry, man, three deep and 1/3 of the three deep didn't get deep as the deepest, right?
The most important third of the three deep did not do his job.
Right, but that was wrong.
But it's not 3D, it'll be man, right? Because that slot guy ran with Ron Wilson, right? So it'll be man to man, which essentially turns to 3D when you run verticals, you know what I mean? But so I mean, it would have been the dig would have been a great deal, but the touchdown was there, so he took it. That was nice. It was very nice.
And so there's the
dagger concept. You can kind of see the effect that happens when you get the vertical guy.
Right. And so let me back it up, and I can tell you just to illustrate what I'm talking about. So for us, it was the post, never thrown. It was the dig. That was my man D'Angelo Mitchell, and then there was a wheel. Mm-hmm. So the running back,
post wheel is a very common concept.
The running back was the wheel, and it was either the wheel or the dig
every time.
The post was never thrown.
Yeah, it's not usually thrown, but it is the first read. Technically, it's the first read, and this is a good job by JJ getting to it.
Man.
But you see the play action, the run fake takes his safety down way in the box. And so now, once you have that ball, you can play it. Once you got that ball in the stomach of the running back, I mean, JJ is licking his chops and the ball sails over. This is back to the beginning, but yeah, That was great.
And see, playing tendency. So as we, Devin, we've talked about this a great deal. Tendencies and teams playing to those tendencies, right?
Yeah.
And so Michigan's going to run the ball.
They're going to run the ball.
And if they don't run the ball, mean the odds of them attacking the middle of the field
deep, it's not the number. I think I explained it last week in baseball when the guy's percentage of hitting the ball down the right line is super high, and they shift the defense. Right, they shift the outfield. I don't know a lot about baseball, but I learned that they shift the outfield. It's the same thing. You play the percentages, and it's like, okay, if they burn us downfield once, maybe even twice. No, probably not twice. If they burn us downfield once, okay, then we'll respect it. But until then, right, we're going to play the percentages just like when we saw last week against K. There was a lot of cloud to the boundary coverage. Mm-hmm. The percentages say he wants to throw to the short side of the field, so they take it away. Right, and they were right every time last week.
So now they got to get a new tendency sheet.
They don't have any. That's the thing here too.
Right.
They don't have a whole bunch of tendencies. The one that you could say is he likes to throw to the field, but he breaks that also in this game. I mean, it's going to be tough for teams because, I mean, it's almost the best thing that happened to Michigan because they won the Big Ten championship last year without having to show all his stuff. And now you're going to get in the meat of the season, and they're not going to have enough film to make the tendencies or to draw a defense up that can stop him. Now, the one thing they will have spies. They will have guys to try to make sure he stays in the pocket. But he's an outstanding passer from the pocket, and it's going to show for the rest of these telestrations that we have.
All right. So here's throw 2. All right. All right, so you're showing the coverage.
All right, so this will be the read guy in this zone defense, right? They got shallow cross called, right? And it's Hank, right? Hank with a shallow cross. And so Hank across all of football is like curls, like not super deep, but curls, right? You got curls, right? So you're going to get guy with the ball, and you're going to get Eric All out here on the numbers on the curl. And more curl, stop route, whatever you want to call it, standstill routes, which are super easy in zone to read for the quarterback. I love the call with a shallow cross attached, just in case maybe you didn't get the coverage you thought. Maybe you didn't get zone, you got man, you got a shallow cross that's a man beater. Here, the coverage lifts, right? The coverage lifts, and the linebacker in the middle where you see the spotlight, he doesn't recognize Ronnie Bell coming over nearly quick enough, and JJ drops his eyes, throws on the ball, and allows him to do the work. It's a very good play. Super simple though, right? Nothing groundbreaking, but we've seen so many times where the quarterback drops back and doesn't get the ball out quickly or doesn't get it to the receiver, and you throw it to the back and you have a good play, but this is 40 yards, 35 yards, right? So if you throw to the back, you'll get 5, you'll get maybe even 10. But you throw this receiver on a full sprint across the field, and you get a big play. This is a nice job by him.
Yeah, and so here's the thing, DG. The part for me is Yak.
Yeah.
Yak.
You only had to throw it 5 yards, and now he gets 35. Good throw on his front number, and he can catch and run.
And so we saw that consistently from JJ. It's not just completing the ball; it's completing the ball with potential for more, right?
Yeah. I mean, last week. I don't want to keep going to last week, but we have to. Last week they had the same type of concept: hanks or verticals with the shallow cross. It was down the red zone. The ball's behind. It's not caught. When you catch that and you get that in front and it's a touchdown. And then another instance where you just didn't recognize it, right? Just didn't recognize that the shallow cross would be the play and had to end up throwing the ball away. So that's a good job. And I talked about it with you on air, off air, but I don't think I said it when we were on Monday Morning Quarterback. The game plan was very similar to the last week's game plan. Like a lot of the same exact plays. And I think they did that purposefully because they want to say, hey, no, don't say we gave him better plays. We called these plays for you too, right? And so they both had similar plays, but JJ was just able to do a lot more with them.
Yeah, minus definitely a heavier RPO load.
It wasn't that heavy though, especially since one of them is out, right?
See, here's the thing. I guess it's all relative, right? You said,
and then if you hand the ball off, that could have been an RPO, but you just didn't throw it, right? So it's the same.
You remember you said last week when I said I was really impressed with the RPO line route. That he decided he took off because the linebacker ran with the line.
Oh, yeah.
And he ran. You said you just think that was a big deal because the other guy wasn't able to do this, right? And so when you see RPOs, when you see RPOs with JJ, you just see him more.
It's true triple threat.
Yeah, you just see him more with him, and it makes sense that you can
recognize them a lot more. I think that's what you can recognize it's clearly RPO because he's using those options a lot more. But there were some I'm sure there were RPOs called for K last week, but he just handed them off.
We're gonna have Borges go over that.
Maybe it was.
We're gonna have Borges go over that.
I already got Borges on one of these, so
you did get Borges on one of these.
Watching Borges.
Yeah, you did get him on one of these. All right, here we go. So RPO. Speaking of.
Oh, this is my favorite play. And it's my favorite play for our experience with it when we were talking about it, right? And so here you get the slide route, right? And so initially, this looks like what? RPO, right? Looks like an RPO. And you're going to read this guy that's spotlighted right here on the end of the line of scrimmage, and it's true triple threat because you can pull and throw. So let's talk about it as if it's RPO, right? You got the offensive line climbing, getting to the linebacker, all those different things. You got the slide route, and now JJ has the option of handing the ball to Blake Corum, or taking off and running, or dropping the ball off to the flat. Now, if this is an RPO, this is a good read because the defensive end who's spotlighted comes way down into the line of scrimmage. Let it play. He comes way down the line of scrimmage. Right? You see him, he's tight. I'm fine with that. But now it's two outside. Right? So now you have to go to, hey, what's my next option? You can see Eric All looking right away for the ball.
All right, so what if, to back it up, because you see the vision cone on Blake, the edge guy clearly is sucked in by that.
Yeah.
What if he holds there?
I think you can still get out. Now, I think you can hand it off too. So maybe it's RPO, but the him being behind the line of scrimmage tells me that they really want to get him the ball behind the line so that he can run and they can have blockers down the field. This looks like a good play for Blake Corum as well, though.
Yeah,
but that linebacker, you can see the linebacker right next to the ref. He was in the hole. The reason he moved is because he sees the ball is not handed off. Right. So he was there. So it's not like Blake would have had to contest with him. But I think this play is designed to throw this screen behind the line of scrimmage. I think it's designed to throw this slide down behind the line of scrimmage, and I love the play design.
Because if he gets upfield, you got ineligible.
Yeah. If he gets upfield, you get ineligible. Because the linemen are downfield blocking, and, Roman missed his block there, but Roman.
Hey, man.
Roman, I know you're catching balls now, but do something, man. They block for you on your reverse, which was a very nice play. We're not going to show it, but it's a very nice play.
Yeah, it's such good play design. He still got 10 yards with no blocking.
He still got 10 with nobody blocking. It's crazy. Yeah, very nice play. Very nice play. But that's not groundbreaking, right? K could also made that play, I think.
Right. All right. So this fourth one, no telestration on this one. Not all of them need it, right?
Mm-hmm. This is just a naked. K could have made this play too, right? I think this is a good play. I mean, you know, what do you want from me, Sam? Naked bootleg, fake here. I mean, could he make the ball an inch higher? Maybe, yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But he got good yards up to catch. Whatever he was going to get, he was able to get based off of that play. But that was a good play.
All right.
Nothing groundbreaking there.
All right,
That's two plays in a row. Nothing groundbreaking.
Now this next one, this next play, let me get bowing to my guy.
Oh, to me?
Yeah. I'm talking about the game, and I'm like, Al, the dude's. It was a perfect game. It was a perfect game, right?
Mm-hmm,
he was. You can't get better than this, Al.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, you're right. It's
You're
near
right.
perfect. He said he stared his. He said, Sam, he almost got that slant pit. He stared him down. I mean, he carried the man right into the cup. I said, well, Al, he knew the dude was there, so he threw it a little behind just to make sure it wasn't picked up. So, I mean, maybe you knock him off some, but for staring him down. But that's nitpicking.
Mm-hmm.
And you watched the video. He said,
Oh, not. Just a second, Borges.
You got Al on this one. He doesn't even know this one yet. I'm gonna spring it on you.
I can't wait till you see it. I can't wait. He
gonna
want to fight me. You know he been wanting to fight. He said he got one butt whooping left. It's reserved for me or Denard.
Yeah.
And he gonna want to use it up on me, but I'll knock him out.
All right.
So here we go. It's 2nd and 10. You're back against the wall, and it's slant route, right? And it's drop by Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell taps his chest. Hey, it's my fault, right? And so what Coach Borges is talking about, I completely understand why, right? This is the read, right? This is the guy who's going to take away that inside slant. And if he were to take that inside slant away, you should go to the second window, right? The second window with him, or go to the outside slant.
Mm-hmm.
And there you can see Ronnie Bell's coming there.
Right.
He gets the snap, right? And his first look is outside, right at Ronnie Bell to see what's over there, right? To make sure he'll have it.
All right. And so here we go. And this is
where it gets good, guys.
This is where it gets good.
Pay attention, guys. He looks out right away. This is at the snap. Now, the wings on the helmet don't lie. He's definitely staring him down. This is what Borges is talking about. You can't stare guys down. So this middle linebacker is going to start to sprint out there, right? And he does start to sprint out there. And then this happens. And then he looks back at him and frees him. So you can see the linebackers in this split position, not a position of athleticism, because he looked back at him and froze him just for a half a second. And to us who are watching it from on the game or whatever, you can't see that. But guess who can see it? The person that needs to see it sees it. That linebacker sees him, redirect his eyes right back at him. So the linebacker's like, oh no, I can't just go straight out, right? And then drives the ball right outside him. Unbelievable play.
Yeah, this was great recognition by
unbelievable play.
It's because it's subtle. It's a quick look. But that quick look froze him. Because that as much as it's fast, that linebacker's just looking at him. He can see him peek back at him. He's like, wait a minute, is there something behind me? Because his job is to stop things that are behind him too, not just his slant. Very nice job. This was next level stuff. And then the obviously the talent to fit it in there. Yeah.
Look at how good this ball is. The game of inches. Look how good that ball is. Unbelievable. And you know, Roddy taps his chest, and Roddy's not going to drop a bunch of balls. I'm just telling you, because the one he catches in this same area, but going the opposite way, was superb. Superb on all levels, but that's next level. So that's something I don't think K could do. I don't think he would trust himself to do it, right? So, you know, there are some plays in this film that K could do that, but there are some plays K can't and won't, and we've seen that he will not, refuses, and isn't capable of doing it. And that's one of those plays. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so I'm so glad that Borges thought he stared him down. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought he did too until that's how you know we do our homework here. Right? We really watch the film to see. Right? We want to see. We want to be fair. That's why we get so much analysis and we take all this time doing it, because we want to be fair and give you guys a good show. And that was amazing to catch. Like, he looked there, came back for not super fast. We were almost struggling to get the telestration,
right,
because he did it so fast.
Right.
And the first time you didn't see it. I'm like, you don't see it? He's like, oh, no. And then you're like, oh, there it is. There it is. There he is. And then that was good. That was good.
All right, so this is Al Borges.
DG
saying he got it. DG saying he got it.
The pupil. Definitely got him.
So we're going to see if he really, really got him.
Wrong
Here's
again.
the play.
Here you go.
Look at where his hat goes right now.
You're exactly right.
Yep. Look where his hat goes right now. This is why you see now. Well, if he'd be okay.
He brought his eyes back to the linebacker.
He brought back.
And held him, and then
And then went back.
Now, look, here's your tip right here. Watch one's reaction to
He's
when
too
he
late.
But
He's
the
too
ball,
late.
But he's late. But the ball.
Why is he late, Borges?
He's late because the ball's behind the receiver.
Is the ball thrown on? First of all, it's on his frame. He's not behind. We've seen behind. We've seen reaching behind.
Yeah, you know,
We've seen reaching behind from a different guy.
Throw a slant behind the receiver. What I always
Listen,
tell you,
listen.
Split his numbers.
Is that truly behind?
Catch a little bit.
Oh,
But, is that a perfect throw? What are
it-
your standards? Your standards. They dropped since I coached you, huh? Your standards were that's okay.
It's so loud for no reason.
That's okay.
Is it a perfect throw based off of what
That's
he
okay.
wanted to do?
No, I understand now that you don't play.
He threw it exactly where he wanted to throw it.
Okay, now where should the ball have been based on structure with the safety dropping down? And
Listen.
don't lie and give me any of your Detroit BS. Where the ball should have gone. We ran this play.
Let's jump him.
You ran
Let's
this play.
jump him. Listen, man.
We're not in the barbershop right now.
This is an example of I'm not gonna get it right. I'm gonna be right. That's it. He don't want to get it right with me.
So
he
I
saw
would say-
the proof of the wings on the helmet.
Look, this is compelling. I
is
will
compelling.
say
This
this.
is
It is compelling.
This is compelling.
Look at what he
By
does with his
read-
eyes.
By read now, you know this, be honest. Where should that ball go?
Based
with a
off
one-high?
rotation, he can go the other way.
Yeah.
But
Could go the other way or
He
should
also
go the
can go this way
See,
because the
he
ball
froze
is right there.
He froze him out.
Don't,
He is split. He can't even stop.
you don't throw
Oh,
a look. He
look at
slanted into a split linebacker
That's a
defense.
nice
You know
throw.
that.
That's a nice throw and a nice way to get
If
to
you're
it.
going to put it anywhere, that's where you better put it.
All right, Josh Allen is some people can do it and some people can't. Some people can fit that ball in. I can't fit that ball in.
Well,
So
I'll tell
you're
you
right,
what,
Coach
I'll
Borges.
tell you what,
I got to go to the other
That's the
side.
best argument.
But for him, you throw that rock. You make it happen right there. That's
That's the best argument he's making. Some people can fit it in.
Some people-
The play is sit corner looking. Sit corner meaning sit, corner, swing. This is designed for the three deep side or the one high look. Looky is designed for a two deep look with the linebacker going the other direction so that void is exploited. If you get man coverage, sometimes you can throw that too, even with a one high look. But it's, what Michigan got in that situation is a spin down or what we call three buzz, and this linebacker going this direction. Now, where this becomes dicey is they can double that looky, okay? And if you stare it down, that'll pull the Mike linebacker into the throw. Now, what JJ did is he stared it down initially, kind of peeked back, and then made the throw a little bit behind Ronnie, which was fortunate because now the Mike didn't have a chance to throw it.
Fortunate but intentional.
Possibly, I don't know. I'd have to ask him. I would tell him not to do that. I would tell him, look down the middle. That'll hold the Mike linebacker, and you'll still catch the spin. As soon as he spins, you'll see that's a bad idea, and get back over on the sit corner side.
Well, hey, but your quarterback is saying his arm is so good that he can do that. That's what your quarterback, who you coach, just said.
Yeah, well, sometimes he's wrong. All that said, in his defense, and I've never been a fan of defending him, but he did get that in. That ball should have been caught. It was thrown a little behind him, but I think that was probably purposeful because he felt
Right.
that Mike linebacker jumping underneath it. But all told, the throw was good and could have been caught, could have been completion. I would say it's like walking across a busy intersection blindfolded. You make it 49 times and 50, you're dead, okay? So at the end of the day, with a strong side spin, the ball should go to the sit side, and this should become null and void.
The sixth one we did not telestrate. This was man, Ronnie's just he's getting back in the groove. First of all, a catchable ball.
Yeah. And, obviously, I don't expect Ronnie to have blunders like this, whatever the case may be. But this is good because you're in the shadow of your own end zone, right? This is what you want to see. Do you know when it's done? Right, 3rd and 10. Can you wait a little longer, maybe throw it deep down the field? Absolutely. But that's risking a whole lot, right, for minimal gain. You understand this? So that's a good job. Give him the ball quickly and allow him to try to run and go get it. He doesn't, or whatever the case may be. But just trust me, Ronnie Bell's going to be fine. Because guess what? Ronnie Bell's going to get back in the groove of touching that ball quite a bit, and I'm sure he's extremely excited.
Absolutely. All right, so here's throw 7.
What we got here?
No telestration.
Oh, it's curl flat. Curl flat. And so we talked about telestrating this and then comparing it to Cade's curl flat that he actually had in this game, right? And I'm like, there's no reason to do it just because, you know, first of all, it's a simple concept and Cade wasn't able to execute it. But JJ just drops back. It's simple, super simple. Cover 3, right? Cover 3, curl flat. I mean, this is the play you call versus cover 3, curl flat. The hook to curl linebacker goes to the flat, curl hooks in right behind. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking. And even though Cade didn't execute it, I think that Cade could execute this, right? I don't see anything special about this play, but the ball's out on time to the right guy, and that's good.
All right. So now we get to the play that talking to Jason Avant after the game.
Oh, yeah, my friend. He my friend now. I met him this weekend. He my friend, but he wrong too. You and Borges going to have to see me. Y'all are both wrong, and I love it. Me and Jason ain't that cool yet. I shouldn't be telling you wrong yet, huh? We ain't boys like that yet.
Yeah, warm up to it.
We warming up, but he my boy. And I'm sure he cool with being wrong. He was on the field. It's tough to see because remember I said me too.
Right.
I was wrong too. I thought he was a little late.
Yeah,
wrong.
so to those guys, like you said, you thought on the slant, you thought that he stared down Ronnie just like Borges, but you watched the film and said no. And just like Jason, who after the game ran to him after the game, he said, you know, he was a little late on that post to CJ, right? And so you looked at it on film, and you thought so initially too, but you looked at it on film, and you said,
nah, son. Hey, nah, son, he ain't late. So I mean, you know, this is a good play, right? Cover, it's man to man, right? Man to man, right? Not cover 3, man to man. So that safety should be in the middle of the field, right? Deep middle. That's his job, right? That's his job. And so we're gonna get over. You can play the play. You're gonna get over route by Ronnie Bell. And a deep post by Cornelius Johnson, right? And the ball's thrown over his head, right? And so it seems like it's a little late, right? It does seem like that, right? But if you wait here, you're going to see that you got the deep over in the post, right? Look what the safety is. He's supposed to be back, right? But he sees the over and he gets enticed. This is another one, pause it. This is another one of those plays similar to Dagger where you just don't throw the post. It just doesn't happen much because when you got a deep middle safety and he see a post, he gonna cover it.
right.
So you assume he is, and then you'll have Ronnie Bell wide open. Well, that's not the case here. The safety sees Ronnie Bell and is enticed to go get him. And the thing is for JJ, this is why it's so cool that he's on time. Because if you're on time, the safety doesn't have to run up and cover Ronnie Bell. If he freezes for 1 second, these are college athletes. If he freezes for a half a second, you got a full speed Cornelius Johnson running behind him. It's over. As long as you make a good throw, it's over, right? And so he went play action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitch and throw. That's the footwork for this play. Play action, 5-step drop, hitch and throw. Perfect timing. And it's impressive that he's able to get it in perfect timing because, like I said, you don't usually throw the post, but for him to recognize what the safety's doing and then throw it over his head, unbelievable play.
So again, you see one high, so Borges say alert the post.
Alert, it's an alert. And so, or another word, Borges says alert the post and Nussmeier said assess the post. Right, so assess it, like, you know, don't spend too much time with it.
Right.
Saying they're synonyms, assess, alert. Don't spend too much time with it, but don't ignore it. You better give it a shot because that's a touchdown.
Because to your point,
it's a big play.
It's probably, I mean, one high safety, your post probably not going to be
shouldn't be
open.
able to get it.
Right.
Shouldn't be able to.
This dude is playing quarterback.
He read the defense. Not
predetermined.
Even though this play is designed to throw to Ronnie Bell, right? If you predetermine you're going to throw to Ronnie Bell, and it's going to be a big play. It's going to be a good play. But this is the not leaving something on the bone, right? Because if you throw to Ronnie Bell, that's a big play with 20, 35 yards, right? Look at Ronnie Bell. He open too. But it's a better play out there. And sometimes, not every time, sometimes you got to get to that better play. And that's something we don't see as much from K and JJ on a few different occasions in this game alone. Was able to get to the better play. And the throw was great. I've had some really good throws on deep posts. I remember Notre Dame, 2013. I dropped back. I throw a deep post. It's a similar play. We should have did a side by side. Looks just like this. Through a deep post to Jeremy Gallon. The DB is on his back, and the ball comes in right into Jeremy Gallon's arms with the pass interference. Right, best throw I've ever thrown in my life. I'm just telling you, it's the best throw I've ever thrown in my life. It doesn't happen again. I don't think it ever happened anymore. But the ability to drive that ball down the field, I'm gonna actually get on YouTube And I'm gonna send it to you because you got, you're following. They love this stuff. I'm gonna send it to you, and I'm gonna try to do a side by side of those two plays and the similarity of it. And that was and it was both night games. Pretty cool. That was awesome. That was a big time throw and a big time read when there was a good play out there, but he went and got the better play and left no meat on the bone.
Yeah, so that ought to tell you right there, this dude isn't predetermining where he wants to go. Not
predetermined, at least not in this game.
Right. Yeah, that is very encouraging to say the least.
And so you say predetermined. I say you can read coverage. Right? So it's two different ways to look at it.
I don't know if we're arguing semantics because, look, my
words are different from yours. So that's the argument. You say he lock on. I say he ain't reading defense.
Here's the thing.
So this is
so let me explain what I think. See if I can explain to you what I mean when I say he predetermines where he wants to go with the football. He reads the coverage.
You've tried many times. Go ahead. Try
right.
again.
He reads the coverage, and when the coverage tells him you can't go where I can't go where I want to go with the football, I'm just checking it down and not doing what JJ just did.
Are you saying he's not pre-snapping the coverage? What are you saying?
So I'm saying he has things that he likes. I like to throw to the boundary.
So even though it's a cloud corner, I'm still gonna throw it.
That's where I want to go with the football.
But that's insanity. That's the definition of insanity. So either he's insane or he can't read coverage. There's only two options. So I don't think he's insane. Hopefully not. But the way he be talking in those interviews, it does seem like he's insane.
Okay. Come on.
Either he's insane or he can't read coverage.
I think he predetermines where he wants to go to with the football.
That's insane.
And then when the coverage says, okay, that's wrong. You cannot do it. Check it down.
So wording, right? I think that JJ's doing a good job of reading coverage, and you say you think he's doing a good job of not locking on. Fine.
Boom.
I think mine's right, but whatever.
Look at that.
I think mine's right, but whatever. Whatever you want to say is fine.
Yeah, either way is bad.
Either way is bad. Yeah. We're going for the same answer, but words matter, I think. So,
all right.
You got to put it out there how it is. You're so nice and stuff.
I don't think either one is nice either. I think but they're both honest. They're giving our honest opinions on it.
You're right. That's the key word there. It's an opinion. Even though mine has a lot more facts to support it, it is an opinion still.
I can't believe this dude puts in that much time and can't read coverages. I guess it's possible, but
I know a guy that was a quarterback at Michigan that couldn't read coverage and put in that much time. It was after me and Denard, and
put in as much time as K.
He put in the same amount of time. He was a starter for 2 years, and how much time is he putting in?
They say the dude is in the building first and out the building last.
You understand? You can be in the building and not be doing nothing.
Okay, well, hey, I can't speak to that.
You understand? People do that. People go in early so they can be the guy. He's in late. He waits for everybody to leave. He's gone. You don't got to be really, truly diving into your game like that. Okay. And if it's on the field and that's the product, you're not. You're just doing it for the look so I can be voted captain. Period. Well, that's the fact. If you,
I can't speak to that.
If you go out there and do it, whether you're locking on or you're not reading the coverage and you're just spending all this time in the film room, that means that you're doing it for show. You're doing it so people say, oh, man, I saw Kate there at 10:30 at night, 12. When I was staying late and the product on the field show, when I was playing receiver and I would go late at night and work on my game at quarterback with Jeremy Gallin, when we got on the field, you saw what I was doing. I wasn't just hanging out at the building. You know what I mean? I know there are people all over the place that, because Tom Brady and you got to be there first. You got to say, people get there early just because and doing nothing. You're just there early. And you stay late just because, so everybody can say you stay late. That's weak. I don't like that. And I'm not saying, I don't know if he does that for real, but the product says that.
I really don't want to get off on this, but I think part of it is the places on the field where the coverage might tell you to go with the football.
That's also very true.
He can't always get it there.
That's true. You know what? I think we're not giving him enough credit. I think he can. Well, I think he can get it there. I think, because in some of those, when it's an out, remember me and Borges talked about that, we were off thing. The outs running away from you to the field, I can understand that. Or the bench routes, all that. But a curl, you can throw a curl from the left hash to the numbers. There's no way if he can't do that, that's a problem that he's a starting quarterback. And I know he can. I think we're not giving him enough credit. He was a highly rated high school guy. He's played a lot of 7-on-7. He's got some arm strength. But the thing is, he doesn't have enough arm strength to be late on that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. Right? So if he's late, he's not going to throw it. So that's the thing about that you have to try to look at and see is because I don't think you can't sit here and tell me that he's not capable of throwing from the hash to the numbers because he does it in practice.
All right. So this is the one. All right. So you say the seam is open right now, right?
The curl and the seam. Yes.
Yeah. But so I'm looking at the seam, Up here. And you said it. Both of them are open right now.
Yeah, the curl was
Right?
open right away.
But
He didn't throw it.
he did not throw it. And I think the seam in particular it's a hairy throw. He looks at it. He looks at it right there, right? But you talked about how, all right, now look what he did. What does he do? He starts closing the distance
On the throw. You're right. That's true.
on the wide side of the field.
That's true.
So I think he looked at, he saw, that's not a throw.
Well, I'm going to tell you right
That's
now.
not a throw. That is, I'm too confident in it. Even though it's open right now, I'm not too confident in that
So
throw.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he didn't have. This is so. I think you have some merit. I think you're not 100% right, but you're somewhat like 50, and I'm gonna take the other 50 for you. Right, the other 50 is he's not ready to throw it. He's jumping up and down, and the guy's open now. You got to have your feet connected to the ground and drive the ball. He can't do it, so now you're late. Now you don't trust it because the guy stopped and the DB's responded. Now he's about to break on the ball. But if the ball's out, because when we throw curls as a quarterback, the receiver shouldn't see you throw it. You know what I mean? You know where he's going to stop. He's stopping. The ball should be halfway there. We've talked about it's called anticipatory throwing. All right? Anticipate what he's going to do. You know he's going to do a curl and throw it. And then on another end, it can be anticipatory, knowing what the defense is going to do and responding with your throw. He's bouncing up and down the pocket. There's no way you're going to drive this ball out there. I think he can, but the footwork doesn't allow him to here.
Yeah, maybe he's never had it because Borges is on your point 100%. It's like he thinks the biggest deal
Is the feet.
with him is the feet. And you guys are the experts of it. I'm not disagreeing with that being a major issue.
But I think you're 50% there because if he believed he could make that throw, he would have dropped back knowing that it's off coverage. And that's where my point comes in. Maybe he doesn't know it's the off coverage. He would have dropped back, never looked at the seam, and drive that curl right now. Be done with it. It's a first down. Right, 2nd and 7. Why would you waste time trying to throw this seam with a middle safety when you could drive the curl outside right now?
Right. And so there are a lot of fans who's like, man, he has a great pocket. Why is he getting out of the pocket? He's not feeling pressure right here. That's not why
what
he's
you're saying. That's why I think you're 50% right. He's going to get closer to the throw. And for that, he has to now because it's late. If you don't get closer, you're never going to get it there, and the DB is going to come. You see the DB is already breaking, right? So if you throw it from where you were and you don't get enough mustard on it, that's a pick six. But if you get close to the throw, you're 50%. You know what? Let's agree to be 50 and 50. 50% you don't know the coverage, 50% you locking in. And he got to try to get closer.
Either way,
it's
not
all
a good
bad.
thing.
It's 100% bad. But 50 you, 50 me. Is that good?
That's
Because,
good.
I want to get it right. I don't have to be right.
Right.
But I know for a fact he can't know the coverage 100%. And I think you're 50% right that he definitely doesn't want to make those throws to that side of the field and locks in some. That's both bad, but yeah, I think that. True.
All right, let's get back to
Dang, Sam done got me. I'd have had to take 50% of my belief off.
All right, let's get to
God, dog it.
Let's get to the next one.
I can't believe this.
Going back to
Sam
JJ.
don't know nothing. How you know? Board has been teaching you too much. That's what it is.
Both of y'all been teaching me, man.
Yeah.
Both of y'all been teaching me. Don't give. See, now that's what you can't do. You can't give Borges all the credit, man. Because I never
trust
hit
me,
the end
I
of it.
never give Borges anything. And I can't wait till he see how wrong he was.
I can't wait till he sees the telestrations.
I want him to call JJ and apologize.
Because he was like, yeah, he does need to do that. But
He
he's
need to
like,
call and apologize.
Devin just draws on the screen. He just draws
Hey,
on the screen.
apologize to me too. He don't got to apologize to me. He owe me a lot of apologies. But he need to call JJ and apologize.
Oh, man.
Nope.
All right.
You ain't love me, man.
That ain't true.
I'm just
now
kidding.
you know that ain't
I'm
true.
kidding. We didn't telestrate it, but man. Man, oh
Even
man.
Ronnie was like, man.
Oh man. Look at this. RPO, and the cojones, the courage to drop that ball on his face mask. I was sitting in the back of the end zone. I'm just like, wow. And then, the one thing you get young quarterbacks, especially when you see guys open, they put too much mustard on it. And so this has great velocity, but it's so easy to catch. And I'm not Ronnie Bell. I didn't talk to him about it, but I bet you if you ask Ronnie Bell, a perfect spiral right in that position where the receiver loves to catch the ball right on the face mask, I bet you that he would say, man, it came hot, but it was so easy to catch. And the one thing I would say about this play, the general rule is front line, you want to throw it low, right? Why? Because if it bounces off your helmet, I mean, it's really because you should catch the ball, right? Because if a receiver doesn't catch it, it goes down to the ground. But if you throw it in this area and the receiver doesn't catch it. It pops up in the end zone, interception. You know what I mean? And on the back line, you should throw a hairline and above. Right? Hairline to like the top of an afro is what I like kid and play afro. Right? Hairline to the top of a kid and play afro on the back line so that if he drops it, right, he tips it out of bounds. If you throw a low, it's in the area where all the linebackers can get to it. And so that's a general rule. But you can't argue with sticking this thing in between his face mask like the Little Giants. I wish we had like producing stuff where you could put the Little Giant football stuck in his face mask because that's what this is. And that's a great catch by Ronnie Bell. And that's a lot why I say Ronnie Bell is going to be who he is.
Yeah, he going to be good.
He was just getting his feet wet.
And so this is a split zone RPO. And this is a team that didn't look, I mean, they're overmatched. You might think they aren't well coached, but they were dialed into some tendencies from Michigan. So they're like, split zone action, it's a split zone. But hey, maybe it's not a split zone. Maybe it's a bluff. I think they're in good position to cover both of those.
Yeah. I mean,
they weren't ready for this.
They weren't ready for it. They wasn't ready for a quarterback to just really say, I'm going to fire this thing in your face mask. Stop it. I dare you. Try to stop it. You see the safety. The safety's backing up.
Yeah, this makes the split zone and the bluff so much harder to defend moving forward.
Triple threat.
If you got to worry about this.
Triple threat. 3 options. 3 true options. This is very good. This was really good. And I just want to say, but like, it seems like we're super, oh yeah, JJ. But I mean, he was perfect in the game. I mean, he had one where we're going to talk about where, you know, I think it wasn't perfect but it ended up being really, really good. But I think that it's something that can get him in trouble in the future, right? And I think that he'll take it and fix it, right? But other than that, and on that play, it was a touchdown. So it's just like, what do you like?
Yeah, man. I did kind of like, man, what, dog? Just like I said with Borges, I was like, man, come on, man, we nitpicking.
But mine was true. Mine was fact. Is it fact?
I guess.
We'll get to the play in just a second. We can get to it right now if you want. I mean, I don't think they need to even see anymore. Right? At this point, it's just like, what are we doing? Semantics.
Yeah, man. All right.
Let's go to the last throw. And finish this thing off. I don't see why we're going.
Well, but you gonna if we do that, you're gonna miss his fade to Donovan. Which you like?
Okay. Let's just play it. Just play it. We don't got to talk about it a whole bunch. I'll just start talking about it now. Right? You got Donovan outside, 1-on-1 with the linebacker. He holds the safety. We're gonna get another view. So he holds the safety with his eyes, even though he knows he's excited. You see him looking right down the middle of the field, and then. I mean, perfect throw. Safety can't get there. I wish Donovan would have stayed up and scored, but whatever the case. You know, Donovan, he wanted to look all fancy. He going to get a nice picture of him like flying, stretched out, catching the ball. And the reason why this is so special, you can just let it keep looping if you want. The reason why this is so special, at this moment right here, he knows who he's throwing to. Right? He knows he's throwing to Donovan Edwards because he has man-to-man and he's against a linebacker. I don't care what the scheme is. You got to get that ball to the winner. The winner. Pick the matchup. And what you have to do, you can't allow the safety to just get over there. He holds them and then, perfect ball. Pins him on the sideline. Unbelievable throw. Unbelievable throw. I mean, believable because he's got talent, but.
Yeah, it's only 2 more throws left in here, so we might as well show throw 11 here real quick.
And this is the stick, right? Remember we said his tendency may be that he wants to throw to the field and show how big his arm is. Broken. Tendency broken right here because it's double stick, both sides. The top guy's open, but he throws to the bottom guy. The easier throw, which is where you should throw it. So that's the thing with K. It's not wrong that he wants to throw to the short side. You should if it's the better throw. I mean, if it's equal. If it's equal, you should definitely throw to the short side because it's a much easier throw, right? But sometimes it suggests that you shouldn't throw there. That's the problem. But that's a good job, right? We see he's not greedy. He's not going to go and try to go to the field to show off, right? He's going to come, take the hit. I mean, not the hitch, but the stick route down here at the bottom on time. Very nice job.
Right, and this was when they put JJ back in for the 2-minute drill. He got it done in 1 minute, and he finished it off with this play.
Which was a nice play.
Which was a very
nice play. It was a nice play. It was a very nice play. So nice it won't even play. So, you got 7. They're dropping 7, right? So there probably won't be anywhere to throw this ball, right? Dropping 7, you only got 4 routes on the field, right? Dropping 7, four routes on the field. The one route that he could have gotten to, it would took an extremely talented throw, is Roman Wilson coming across, right? It was a spot for him to throw this ball. And on the next view, let the play. On the next view, you're going to see why he wasn't able to get there. And so I'm not saying he could have thrown it. Like, you see he's bouncing, jumping up and down, eyes down at the rush. Right? Bouncing up. Now that is nice. That's nice. Because you get the ball, so you see it, bounce, look around, run. Right? You cannot get the ball to Roman Wilson on time where he had some space if you're both feet off the ground here. right? That's where K gets in a lot of trouble, where he's bouncing and jumping and bouncing. Now for JJ, obviously dropping 7, you think you won't have a window to throw the ball, but you can't think like that, right? You can't assume that you won't because everybody, the coverage is lifting behind. I think he did have a window to get to Roman Wilson, but this is the issue. Feet off of the ground and then kind of looking down at the rush, seeing where to go, right? Because a lot of other teams are going to have a spy somewhere. You won't see him. He's going to pop out right when you start running, right? So this is, I grade him down a point, just one, because, and then he kind of earned it back, but feet off the ground, not connected. You, as a quarterback, you want to stay connected. You want your feet connected to your eyes. You want your eyes connected to the ground. You want to stay connected in every way. And he just wasn't connected a little bit on that play. And he got off the ground. We saw it just now with the telestration. And then eyes down at the rush. He does a good job of keeping his eyes up for the most part, but he's not perfect, right? And then on that play, he had his eyes down, his feet are off the ground, and then he makes an out. Like, remember I said, there are some plays on here that Cade is capable of. Cade's not capable of this play. Mm-hmm. Right? He's limited in a way that he cannot make this play. Now, like we've seen it again, feet off the ground, both feet off the ground, and eyes down at the rush. You don't want to be that way. But this is special, son. Mm-hmm. It's a guy in between trying to stop it, and then a guy in the back, and he gets in between both of them with just a little bit space to spare. Look at it, and then there's a great job look at the scramble drill by Cornelius Johnson. We didn't see a bunch of this last year, right? He looked so excited. Oh my God, he's scrambling. It's a touchdown. He's scrambling. I'm going to get open. This is a great job by him. Great job, but there can be improvement on that play, I think. And do you agree?
I agree.
Okay,
I mean, yeah.
Borges was wrong. I'm not wrong. Both of his feet was off the ground.
Yeah, I'm sure Al will co-sign that part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said.
But that second part?
So Dev, you said earlier that you thought that the competition might linger a little while longer. And I asked you this in the breakdown that we did, in case you missed it, Monday Morning Quarterback Breakdown, where we go the commentary. That's the commentary portion. We've gone through the film. We made the comparison to other.
I know you're thinking, like, how could you possibly say, how could it possibly still be a competition?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I do want to see him against a better team. But the one thing I will say, even though I want to see him against a better team, because things will go a little faster, whatever, all the things he showed is like next level quarterbacking, where it's like, okay, you're even better in the way that I thought, right? We knew about the physical tools, but we had never seen him writing drives and being able to check down and being able to be in the run game. And I don't know how well he did with getting him in the right run play, but the run plays look good, but you know, outmatched team. All that other stuff we just couldn't know because he had never played 7 plays in a row. You know what I mean? In real games. So seeing the small intricacies, like the small things we pointed out with the eyes and the recognizing coverage in the drop, right? Throughout the drop, recognizing coverage and knowing where to go with the ball and getting it out quickly. Those are things that are transferable to a better team, right? This isn't like, oh, I threw it late, he was wide open. Like, I remember when I played my senior year, we played against Appalachian State. And in that game, I did some stuff that only would work against Appalachian State. Right? I had some stuff where it's like, I was just trying to, or 2014, my senior, 2013, the game before Notre Dame against Central Michigan. I was doing some garbage, man. I was just doing stuff, man. I'm loose with the ball, all kind of craziness, right? And obviously, I dialed it back in against Notre Dame next week, but this wasn't that. This wasn't anything that I don't think he could do against Notre Dame or Alabama or whatever, right? Drop back, get the ball to the right guy. Drop back, read the coverage, get the ball to the right guy. Now, things will get more complicated as it goes, but the thing is going to help them is they don't have a bunch of film on them, right? So they can't really devise their plan as a team. They don't really truly, you don't know what he likes to throw, right? You don't know what's his go-to when he's in trouble. You just don't know just yet. And so teams are going to still be hard pressed to find out how they're going to play him on defense. But the generic thing is going to be have a spy, make sure you disguise the coverage. That's going to be the generic deal. Have a spy, disguise the coverage. And I think at the onset, and you saw it here in this game, you maybe didn't notice it, Hawaii didn't rush a whole bunch because remember, JJ had only been really known as a runner. They brought him in last year to run. So all the film they have on JJ, they're not looking at the Michigan blogs or anything like that. They just think he's a guy that's coming in to run, right? And so you see the defensive line didn't really rush super hard, right? They would kind of sit there and watch because they didn't use a spy. They chose to do what is called a mush rush, which is what you use for running quarterback. You don't want to rush too hard because if he bursts you down the middle with his legs or get up through the pocket and make that throw before halftime, now you're in trouble. All right, so they mush rush. And then when K got in the game, right, you saw they just start firing off like, I'm going to get him. Like, I'm going to get him because I know he's not going to move. You understand? And so that's the advantages that you'll have.
We didn't show K's plays, but there was exactly that, where they were a little cautious with JJ, but when he got in the game, that line, it made a beeline for him.
Right, it's like blood in the water. It's like a shark, and you drop just a drop of blood in the water. You're like, oh, he not gonna move.
We'll show that with Borges, so check out that video. We'll show that one.
Yeah,
and you'll see. And
on one of those, I charted his too, even though I didn't want to look at him. One of those, 100%, he could have thrown the field curl and never have to deal with getting the sack. All right, but you know, because of either 50% you, 50% me, whatever the case may be, he didn't do it.
Yeah. Great stuff as always, DG.
Yeah.
I imagine when you come back next week, you'll be saying, okay, that's it.
I'm not. You don't know what I'm going to say. I'm crazy. You have no idea what I'm going to say. I said maybe K's insane. No, I'm insane. You have no idea what I'm going to come in here with next week. But yeah, it was fun. It was good. It was fun to break down the film. And it was fun being at the game. One thing I want to talk about, the atmosphere, Michigan fans, students, bravo. I wish I would have said it on Monday Morning Quarterback. You guys were amazing. To have a rain delay. And I was driving in when the rain, remember, because I came back from Duke Northwestern, and it's like everybody standing outside. I'm like, what's going on? I had no idea. Excuse me. I had no idea. And I heard it was a rain delay. And then when you get in that stadium, and I saw people walking home too, like walking like far away from the stadium. I'm like, why is everybody leaving? And then you get in that stadium and that game starts. And when you can't see a single empty patch, empty seat, unbelievable to have that type of passion about a program, about an opportunity for a young guy, and to stick around. And I'm sure, I left at halftime. I'm sure that game went to 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30, what? Something like that. It went pretty long.
I know, I didn't get home till 2.
So for the fans and everybody to stick around and take that in and give the support to the team like that, that was amazing. And you can see what Michigan's fan base is capable of. That was a beautiful sight to see. It was electric. It was great.
2:30 I got home. Yeah, it was late. So yeah, I was there very impressed by that too. I even tweeted video of everyone staying.
Yeah.
Like there was some kudos to Michigan fans.
Very much so, kudos.
All right, that'll do it for this edition. Be sure to tune in next week for another Monday Morning Quarterback session on the morning show, and then film study, which is totally separate from the commentary, because on this film study, we do not own this footage. We are using it for educational and entertainment purposes only. No money made off of this video, no monetization, no sponsorship, no nothing. For entertainment and educational purposes only. Be sure to check us out on our other videos on the Michigan Insider YouTube page. You can also check us out over on the MichiganInsider.com, where $1 gets you in on all the inside scoop on football, basketball, and recruiting. And that guy that Devin was talking about earlier this morning, Jaden Davis, who just took his 3rd visit to Michigan.
Yeah,
third unofficial visit to Michigan.
I saw him. I said, hey, man, what's up? I'm like, because, I was doing for Elite 11 or whatever. And, I talked to him on quarterback, how locked in he was and how talented he is or whatever. But I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, man, I've been here a couple times, but this is my first game. And I'm like, wait, what? You been here a bunch of times? They better lock that thing down.
Oh, man, that was number 3. And here's the thing, and we'll get into this on MichiganInsider.com. He'll be back again before the end of the season.
Oh, he loved it. Yeah. He loved that atmosphere. He was mesmerized by it almost. And I just talked about it. I was mesmerized by it. I was like, wow, this is outstanding. Because, I don't get to go as many games as I would like to because I'm busy. But, yeah, it was great. It was great for him. And that's a great job because he's like, wait a minute. They were all outside, delayed, and they just came back for the game? That's the type of support I'm going to get if I come out here and ball? Shoot, I sound like you should be the heir apparent, Mr. Jaden Davis. That's what I would do. I already
That's
did.
What you did.
That's
right?
What I did. Yeah. Hey, some people say I would. This is what I would do. Well, yeah, no, I'm 100%. That's what I would do. Yeah, I would go to Michigan.
100%. All right, folks, that'll do it for us. Be sure to tune in next week on the Monday Morning Quarterback film session with Devin Gardner. We'll see you then.